The water isn't that deep. It's time to jump in, fuck shit up, put some ripples in the industry. Welcome to Simplified Sparky Marketing. This week is a bonus podcast and it is the audio out of my YouTube video, just so it makes it easier for you to listen to. If you are a visual person, I would advise clicking on the YouTube link below and have a watch of the video. It's the exact same thing, but you can see the whole platform from the visual. And as I've mentioned on Instagram, I'm going to be extremely picky who I work with. This is going to be the exact same as my electrical business. I only want to work with winners and people that are going to actually put in the fucking effort. So if you're a silver bullet seeker and not a 10-foot Teresa and you just want a silver bullet, this isn't for you. Everything takes time, and I actually have the perfect example of this. My podcast has been going since October 2023, I believe. And you can see on the graphs, I had fuck all listens for 14 months. I'd fuck all listens. And in the last few months, I've had more listens in 1 week than I did in the first 8 months of the podcast. Every fucking thing in business takes time. You just have to put in the effort. But not only that, you have to have the right guide that can get you there and someone that's been in the fucking trenches as well. And people that come on board with this, I fucking promise you, you will get the best experience, and this is going to get your business humming along nicely. And that's all I can say. Let's listen to the audio. Electricians, I want to ask you a question. Are you flat out with work, but still seem to be broke as fuck at the end of every month without fail because you seem to be doing the wrong work? Most electricians get it wrong because there's a big fucking difference between being busy and being profitable. Over the last 3 years, almost 1 in 3 construction businesses have shut down. In fact, 27.19% according to ASIC, and I don't want your Sparky business to be part of that statistic. If you're an electrician and you're stuck where I was with low quality, low paying, or just inconsistent leads, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to attract high quality leads, convert them into profitable jobs, and lastly, get repeat and referral work on autopilot using the Simplified Sparky flywheel. And all this without working more hours or cutting your prices just to keep some fucking builder happy. I know that this system works because it's implemented into my business and it's how I'm running my business today. My name's Alan, I'm an electrician and a business owner in Sydney, New South Wales. In this video, I'm going to be extremely honest and I'm going to be extremely vulnerable just to show you where I was and where I got to. So a few short years ago, I was working myself into the ground, worked for slow paying clients, shitty builders, strata real estate. I was stressed, I was sleeping like crap and just had really patchy weeks. I didn't know if I was going to fill out the week, not to mind fill out the month. I tried the usual stuff, high pages, service seeking, one flare, Facebook groups, even working for family. Look, I got leads, but the leads were all shit. All low ballers, all tire kickers. Can you do it for cheaper? Can you do it for cash? Can you sharpen your pencil? You know the type. So then to make matters worse, I actually poured petrol on the fire. I added stratas, real estate, and even more builders into the mix. And that actually scaled my lack of profit. So it made me lose money by working with those clients. The turning point for me came in 2018. It was actually Valentine's night. I was doing a night shift. It was a shutdown job. And working live, I crossed 2 phases in my face. And it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever done, and it was the best thing I've ever done because it kicked me up the ass to actually change my business. That night, I ended up in accident emergency, and it wasn't long after that I realized that wasn't just a bad month. That was my business model, and it was severely broken. I was doing the usual. I was quoting like a madman on the tools, answering emails, answering calls, chasing leads, all still while paying myself $800 a week. That's a fucking apprentice's wage. I remember looking at my bank account thinking, how the fuck am I working so fucking hard? And I'm making as much as I did when I was, a third year apprentice. It's not enough money. To put the amount of effort you do into business, you need to take a good wage. And this is the dream. We start the business thinking we're going to make loads of money, we're going to have time, we're going to have freedom. With a few wrong moves, we end up getting smothered by the business and we realize we're better off just working on wages. That's when everything changed for me. I sought business coaching, I studied YouTube, I devoured podcasts, all these little things to basically soak the knowledge in and see where I could change my business and make it better. One day I was listening to a podcast and everything just fucking changed. I was listening to this guest. What he was saying was resonating with me. Everything just ticked the boxes. His stuff was tailored more towards white collar. And I was like, I can reword this and make this work for electricians and make it work for my business, which I did. I rewired it, made it work, and that essentially is the Simplified Sparky flywheel. And from there on in, I decided I wanted no more middlemen, no builders, strata, real estate, no shitty referrals. I want high-paying clients coming to me, marketing-based sales, not me chasing them. Within a few short months, I had steady work coming in. I hit my first $53,000 month with 19 grand profit after everything was paid, including a decent wage. No builders, no strata, just me, a system, and a VA running the back end. And now my wife and I, we take 2 months off every year. We travel back to Europe, back to Ireland to see our families, and the jobs, they just still roll in while I'm gone. And I'm not the only one. Sparkies who follow the system are building profitable, predictable businesses on their own terms. And that's key. Whether that means scaling your business up, you want to take time off, or you just want to enjoy being a Sparky again without all the fucking grind that comes with it. There's 3 main pillars in my model, and I'm going to show you that right now. Let's get into it. What we've got here is a before, during, and after stage. And before I get started, I just want to stress, I've been part of other coaching systems, and it becomes extremely overwhelming of you have to do this, you have to do that, I have to make that, I have to make this, I don't know where to go next. Now, this is a hybrid system combined with coaching and dripping content. And that is done in such a way that you're never paralyzed, you're never overwhelmed, you're never like, what do I do next? So that is why I built it this way. Is I've been there. I've been in that shit of you get so paralyzed, you just don't know what to do next, and you end up leaving the platform. And it's no good, and your time is extremely valuable. For example, this video down the bottom is 7 minutes. That's all you need for these little videos of 7 minutes. You take it in or you implement while the video is on. It's very simple. So we've got the red is the before, the amber is the during, and the green is after. So in the before phase, we've got the nail your niche. That is figuring out the type of work you want to do, and more importantly, the type of work that is the most profitable for your business, that is going to be enjoyable for you to do as well. So that's very important, is nailing down your niche. Now, you don't have to stick to one niche. You can have several niches, but nail one first, then move on to the next. With the Dream 100 list, essentially is your target market, and that is getting very granular on who your ideal client is. I'm not just talking about a female who's 40. I'm talking getting inside their head. What's the language they use? What are the thoughts going on in their head before they engage with a Sparky, so that we can speak to them directly? Number 3 is your magnetic messaging, and that is how we're going to attract that said client. We are going to use the correct messaging to attract them, because the wrong messaging to the right client can be detrimental, and the right messaging to the wrong client is also detrimental. So when you use the wrong messaging, you attract shitty leads. Now, when you use the right messaging, we attract the type of clients that we want, and that is fucking paramount. Now, when we move on to the during stage, and that is your media mastery, lead handling system, and lead conversion system. Media mastery is the placement of your advertising, essentially. So your website, your socials, online, offline, all of that. You don't have to use them all. For example, I haven't used my socials in years. They've just been parked up because my ideal client doesn't hang out in them, because I've gone through this. I know that they don't hang out there. So that's up to you. If your ideal client does, fantastic. We can plug it into your system. Now, next up is 5 and 6 are combined, really. They've got your lead handling system and lead conversion system. What that is heavily focused on your job management software. So fine-tuning the engine of your software, that when the lead comes in, are they being correctly handled? And then how to convert them. Are you doing the right things, doing the right attachments, the right tweaks, the right quoting to convert that lead into a paying client? Then we get the after stage when the client is locked in. And it's not just about dropping the ball there. We want to be world class. So it's just delivering a world class experience of wowing the client. So they're going to refer you to their friends and family and get you back for more work again. And it's just little basics that just fucking wow the client, essentially. It's very simple. Turbocharge profits. That is a juicy one. So I'm not going to get into that in this video. So number 9 is clients for life, and this is the finale. This is why I call it a flywheel, because the clients, like a traditional funnel, drops down the bottom and it's see you later. With the flywheel, they come out the bottom and then they get churned into the top again, because we stay in front of the client with a client retention system. So there's method behind it. We build a little system that we plug into your electrical business. That's super easy. It's just, people make this stuff out that you have to attach AI and you have to do this and this. It's a very simple system. It's just staying top of mind, because statistically, you're forgotten about in 40 days. You and your business, who are you? That's your client's going to forget you. So this is paramount in your marketing system. And that, guys, is essentially it. And that's what's going to make your business a lot of money and free up your time again. Now, here's what you do next. As an electrician and a business owner, you've got a choice. You can keep grinding it out. You can keep quoting for peanuts. You can keep chasing builders and praying for referrals. Or plug in a proven system that gets results and helps you build a business that works for you. I've built a step-by-step hybrid coaching system that walks you through all those modules I spoke about in the previous video. So don't waste your time guessing, testing, spending thousands of dollars in ads that won't even convert because you didn't put the foundations in. If you're like me, you most likely got into business to have time, freedom, and money, 3 key elements, but you ended up in a prison. So if you want to escape the prison, click the link below. It will take you across to Instagram. Shoot me a DM with the word winner, and let's take the next step.